Welcome back, Gundam guys and Gundam gals. PatrickGrade here, bringing you part 2 of the video review for the D-Arts Megaman X full armor version. And here we'll take a look at the various accessories and some more posing and all the good stuff that goes along with this figure kit. So this figure provides us with several different options for both the head and the arms. On the head we get 3 different expressions: the standard neutral expression, and 2 different looking off to either side expressions with kind of a weird look on either face. And to replace the one expression for another, you break apart the seam going along the side of the head. To help me, I had a little piece of plastic or this part separator, and once you get the seal broken initially, it's pretty easy. Just be careful not to be too rough with it so you don't scratch your paint job. But pulling it apart, you can see you just have to pull out the expression you want to change here. It just attaches, it pegs into place there. It just pegs into place there along the top. And then simply add in whatever one you want to change it to. It's a little bit of a tight fit, but the mask kind of bends around it to let it fit in there pretty snugly. And then just replace the backing and attach the ball joint to the slot here on the torso. Easy enough. So for the arms, we get your standard left forearm with the closed fist or an open fist. On the right arm we usually have the blaster that has 2 different collars, one with a little orange effect part in there, and then the second part has just a hole there so it can plug in the effect parts. And if you wanted to replace the blaster arm altogether, you can take off the forearm and replace it with the standard forearm here. That gives you the option of having either the closed and open hand as well. So several different options as far as the hands and arms go. And the hands attached to the wrist on a simple ball joint here. Nothing too fancy. But there's quite a bit of posing there that you can do. And inside, if we can see it, there's a little peg hole for the peg on the elbow joint. For the blaster arm, you can simply remove the lower part of the arm here and replace it with the open version. Line up the designs there. With the open port here, you can attach either effect part, the yellow or the blue, simply pegging this into place. Now, this is a very secure connection, so be aware that it may be a little difficult to get it off. For the yellow, the easiest way to get it off is the blast back here just separates from the peg itself. So if you had it pegged in all the way, you can pull the peg out from it and leave this. This will come off as well. But be careful, this plastic here is very sharp and very rigid, so I've got a couple scratches here. I've got a couple cuts just from trying to pull this apart. If you wanted to, I suppose you could file down the edges here a little bit to make it a little less rigid as far as the connection goes, but that may not be a good idea, so I don't know. Just give it some time and be gentle, you don't want to scratch your paint job there. But it's definitely a secure connection. This yellow effect part is modular. It gives you 3 different options for how many blasts you want to have coming off of it. This is the complete 3 blast version. This tip comes off and the middle part breaks apart here. So then you can replace the tip on the middle connection, giving you 2. Or you could take off the upper part and just have a single blast shooting out at a time. So that's a pretty cool way of doing that. The blue effect part is large and it's heavy. A lot of nice energy trails coming off of it. Definitely looks like a charged up blaster beam or even a Hadouken from Street Fighter. This pegs in the same way as the yellow does, with a very secure attachment point. And this is kind of free floating, so it helps you separate the two. But it can lock in place if you get it all the way up on the peg there. And since this guy is so heavy, there is no way that the arm is able to hold it up without some help. So if you can see it, there's a little hole there that allows you to attach the base to it. And that gives you a way to support the weight of the effect part without having to rely on the joints of the figure. It's a little too tall to get it just right standing straight up and down like that, so you may have to angle it down a bit to get it to line up with the body more naturally. You might want to put the head back on there too. And here's a look with the yellow effect part attached. Just a single blast. And there's two. And there it is with all three energy bolts coming off of it. So for the asking price of the D-Arts Megaman X full armor version, you get quite a bit of stuff. You get two nice blaster effect parts, one that's super heavy and nicely detailed, and the other that gives you several different options for layouts. You get two additional facial expression plates to give you some variance from the standard pose. You get a completely different forearm with two full sets of hands. So if you don't like having the blaster on at all times, you could take it off and give them a normal hand. So I'd have to say I'm pretty happy with my first experience of a D-Arts figure. They're definitely different from a Revoltech or Figma, especially in the way the joints connect and operate and the feel of the plastic. They're not different in a bad way necessarily, just a little bit different. So a learning curve for sure, getting used to this kind of stuff. I think it's a really nice representation of the Megaman X full armor design. Again, some really nice color applications, a lot of different colors, and just quality work here. So there's definitely a lot to like about this figure, and I would say pick it up if you're interested in it. So stay tuned after the video here. I'm going to put up some still images to give you a more complete look at the figure and its accessories and stuff. So stay tuned after I get done talking, and thanks a lot for watching, and I'll see you next time.